and welcome back to Cooking, Crafting, and Gardening with Margaret and Mia. Today, we are going to pot some succulents. All of a sudden, both of us are crazy about succulents, and we're buying too many, but we're having fun doing it.
Yes.
And Mia, do you want to show what you're going to pot today?
Yes, but first I want to show my t-shirt. So in honor of making this video, I'm wearing a t-shirt that says you're never too old to play in the dirt, because that's what we're going to be doing. That's actually part of what we'll be doing today is playing in the dirt. So let me show you some of the fun tools that I have. First of all, of course, you're going to need gloves. And depending on the type of succulent that you're repotting, you might need special gloves. If you're repotting a cactus plant or something that has spines or stickers, then you're going to need special gloves. You're also going to need a small shovel. And then depending on the size of your succulent, you might need some really small tools. I use this scoop for dirt. For example, if I'm transferring dirt from one pot to another, I will use this miniature scoop to do that. I also have a miniature rake to help when raking the soil. I have two spades that help loosen the dirt around the plant in order to lift it up and repot it. I also have a miniature clipper here that can be used for propagating. If you want to cut off a leaf or cut off something, you can actually use these. I have tweezers, and I have a little scoop that you can put dirt in. And then also, this is something that I just learned about this week. This helps in watering plants where you don't want to put water on the leaves. So you can actually target where you're going to put the water. And then of course, I have some planters and I have some succulents. So sorry, I'll turn it back over to you, Margaret.
Oh, no, not sorry. I think that little contraption is really cool. Of course, since I've just started gardening, I never have seen anything like that and didn't know it existed. So I need to get something like that.
Yes, I didn't know it existed. So, and it is very important because if you look at some of your succulents, if you notice little brown patches or white patches, it could be because you're letting the water sit on the petal of your plant. Another issue is, particularly for you and I, because we live in Texas, if you put water on a plant and it's outside and it's very hot, it will actually cook the leaf, cook leaves. It's just like getting this plant and boiling a pot of hot water and sticking the plant in the hot water. It will actually cook the plant.
Hey, Mia, even if it's in a shady area,
now, if it's in a shady area, yeah, you're going to be okay. But much of the literature still tells you not to put water on the leaves.
Okay.
Now, of course, it's going to rain and those types of things. But in general, when you water, you should try to put it on the soil. Another thing that's recommended is even putting your pot on top of some water so the water goes up from the bottom versus going down from the top. If it receives enough water from the bottom, that's going to encourage deep root growth. You want the roots to try to go down towards the water at the bottom, versus if you have the water on the top, you're going to have shallow roots, a shallow root system as well.
Oh, wow.
Yes. There's a lot to learn. I've been doing a lot of reading on the topic.
Look, I'm fortunate enough for you to do all the reading, so you can tell us what we need to do, and then I just need to do it.
Well, you led our lesson on painting the pots. So many of you joined us a couple of weeks ago when Margaret helped us with the tutorial on painting terracotta pots or clay pots. So that's actually what we're going to repot our plants in, our succulents in today. So we're very excited about finishing this project. And
yes,
also Margaret is going to talk to you guys about how to make special soil for your succulents, because you can't just use any old soil. Of course, you guys know you can't use clay. You can't use rich potting soil because they actually like soil that has sand or something in it for drainage. So as you guys know, we always like to show you two different ways to do things. So I've actually purchased some organic succulent cactus soil mix, and then Margaret is going to show you how to make your own.
Okay. Well, actually, I already made it. I made quite a bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see? This is
Yes. I put on my glasses so I can see.
I know. I know, right? My glasses are now.
A sign of the time.
So I forgot them. Okay,
Yes.
so in my container,
Mhm.
I put 2 parts potting soil,
Okay.
2 parts sand,
Mhm.
and 1 part perlite.
Okay.
And that's just, the little
Little white balls.
yeah, the little white balls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what is that good for? The perlites?
It's good for like
the
the same thing you were talking about earlier, drainage.
Okay.
You don't want soggy, condensed dirt for your succulents. You
Mhm.
want the succulents when you water them for it to be able to drain easily. So that's what the sand helps too. It helps the
okay.
dirt
Okay.
not to be so moist.
Yes.
So I just mixed it all together and was sitting here waiting to finish potting.
Mhm.
Now I actually potted all of the plant the pots that we painted
Mhm.
like a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
So I still had more succulents to pot. So I made some more. So I painted some more. And I really
nice.
huh?
I said that's nice. I like that one.
Yeah, so I really liked when we did the sunflower design, and I know mine's not really a sunflower, it's just a flower, but I took the same concept of the same flower that I did before and did the leaves, and I did this around the top. So I did a yellow one, an orange one, and this. Look, and I couldn't wait for us to video. So I already did this one this morning. So this is a blue one.
Nice.
So I popped this one already this morning. And a red one.
Those are beautiful.
And the shelf, I'll show you when we finish the shelf that I'm gonna put it on.
Okay.
I need to buy one more. What color flower do you think I should put on it?
Well, you know me, I like yellow because I like sunflowers, but also I know that you like red. You have a lot of red in your house. When I think of flowers, I think those are really the 2 primary colors, and orange, red, yellow, orange, and purple. Those are some of my favorite colors. That's
okay.
The palette that we have.
Okay, so I'll make my next pot because I have 5 shelves. And so I need one more pot. And so, and I didn't have it at home, and I wasn't about to run out and go buy one.
Yes.
So I will do my next flower purple, and then I'm going to be finished with succulents.
Okay. Yeah. I think that will complete your color palette if you make the next one purple, because you don't see too many blue flowers out there. There's some colors that you don't see, some of the primary colors. So I think if you make a purple one, you'll pretty much have it covered, which although purple is not one of our primary colors, but you do see purple flowers or lilac flowers.
Well, are you ready to start potting?
Sure. So in order to make sure that you have the best possible situation for your plants, you're going to, as Margaret said, you're going to need to make sure you have the right soil. And some people will also put rocks at the bottom of their pot for extra drainage. So that's actually something that I've started doing. That's something new. And then you also want to make sure you check the bottom, make sure there's a hole so that the water can actually drain. So we're going to go.
Mia, one thing that my sister told me that I didn't know about. So I'm trying it for the first time when I'm potting these succulents. She told me about putting coffee
Oh, okay.
in the bottom
Uh-huh.
to keep the dirt from going through the bottom. And I was like, really?
That's a good point. Yes, because sometimes the holes are really big. And so you do have, and when you water it, you do see dirt going through the bottom, and that can actually create a mess at your house.
So I'm gonna try that, and we're gonna see
Okay.
how it works.
Okay, well, let me know how that goes for you. So I actually have 4 different plants that I'm going to repot today. One I've had for a while, and it's not, as you guys can see, it's not really thriving, but it's actually doing okay because it has a pup. Some people will call them chicks and chicks, or dogs and pups. So this plant actually has a pup. So when I replant it, I'm going to make sure that I separate them. And that's another new thing that I've learned about succulents, that as they get older, they will have more of these babies, and then they tend to die. And I'm not sure how long they live, but they don't, sometimes they don't live forever. This is another one that I've had for a long time, and it's okay, but it's not exactly thriving. And I think it's probably because of the soil, because some of the newer ones that I have, they're actually growing a lot faster than my old one. So I think it is the soil. So we're going to get started. As I said, you can put some rocks in the bottom if you'd like to. You can put a coffee filter, whatever you think is going to provide the best possible environment for your plant. Then I usually just fill my pot halfway, because you want to prevent shock. You want to try to use as much of the dirt that you already have as possible, if it's good soil. And then you can change it up a little bit, but you do want to keep some of that dirt. So after you've done that, you've put it halfway full. You're going to want to make sure that you have an indention for your plant that you're repotting. And then you put that in your pot. And you can use special tools. As I said before, I have special tools to help. Like this helps scoop it out of the dirt. And it is going to be a little bit messy. That's why Margaret is working outside. I'm actually working in the kitchen, but I'm very near my backyard, which is where I do a lot of my gardening. And so I know that I can sweep it outside when I'm done. But you're going to want to get your plant, your succulent, and then you're going to move it to your pot and place it wherever you want it. Today, we're just doing individual succulents. We'll have to do another segment on creating a succulent garden, and that's where you put several types of succulents in one pot, and those are beautiful. I actually just made my first one last week. But for this one, we're going to keep it simple, and we're just going to put one in a pot. And then, as I said, you're going to put it in the middle, and then you're going to put some dirt around it. And for me, since I've purchased this special succulent mix, I also put some regular potting soil in it, because the succulent mix, it flies away. It tends to fly away because it has a lot of perlite in it. So the soil is very lightweight. That's one thing that you'll notice if you buy succulent soil. So you're going to, yes.
So you go through it really fast because you've been potting a lot of plants.
So you want me to slow down?
Oh, no. I just said you go through it really fast because you've been potting a lot of succulents recently. Okay.
Oh yeah. Where did you say? Where did I learn the information?
No. I was asking if you've been going through a lot of that soil.
Oh.
That's bought because you've been potting a lot of succulents recently.
Yes, this is my second bag of soil that I've gone through. And then, as I said, I mix it. I do actually mix it with some potting soil because it will blow away because it's so lightweight. And then once you've done that, once you put a lot of soil around it, enough to where you feel like it's going to be stable, if you'd like, you can also put some rocks around it. The rocks they're there for aesthetic reasons. They look pretty. but they also help with pest control. And I have some information to share with you guys regarding that. Margaret, do you want me to share that now or later?
I'm not going to share it now since
Okay.
that's what you're doing. That's great.
Yes, so that's one of the issues that I've had in using potting soils. You really have to be careful. There are some brands out there that tend to have gnat eggs in them. And these eggs hatch once and if you have them in your house, you might end up with an infestation. And that's something that I've been dealing with because, as Margaret told you guys, I've been doing this for several months now. Actually for actually over a year. I started at the beginning of the pandemic. And so we've had an infestation of gnats. And so I've been spending a lot of time trying to get rid of them. These are some of the products that I use. This is insecticidal soap. This is actually something that's non-toxic. So if you have pets or you have small children, you're going to want to use something like this. You can also use the rocks. As I said before, you put the rocks on the top. The rocks help prevent the eggs from hatching. So if you've already had some that are in the soil and they've laid some eggs, the rocks will help suffocate those eggs. If you want to go for something a little stronger, this is something that I just purchased, and it's called Mosquito Bits, and it kills fungus gnat larvae. And that's actually that's what they're called, fungus gnats. And so in order to use this, you don't have to use the granules. What you do is you heat up water like in a teapot. It's very hot. And then you put like maybe 1 teaspoon of this in that hot water, in a small amount of hot water, and you let it steep, let it sit for a while. Then you go back and you put water that's room temperature. You mix it with that concoction. And after you're done with that, you can actually treat your plants. You would pour a little in each plant. And I've heard that if you use that, you'll be able to get rid of your infestation. So I'm looking forward to seeing if that actually works.
Oh, that's great.
Yes. So you do have to make sure you let the water cool. You don't want to pour hot water on your leaves because, again, that will cook your plant. So you're going to want to make sure you use room temperature water. Some people say that you should use ice cubes, but from the literature that I've read, they suggest that you don't use ice cubes and you don't use hot water, that you use water that's room temperature. So that's, yeah. And so I will keep you guys posted and let you know if that actually works out, this product. But things are a lot better. We do have them under control, but for a while they were horrible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have that many plants in the house, so.
Oh, you don't have very many house plants?
I don't have very many house plants. Well, remember, I really just started gardening, so I really don't have very many house plants.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't have very many. Well, we just moved into our house in August. But then in March, I began working from home. And at that time, I was looking for a hobby. And so that was when I started collecting houseplants. And now I have probably over 40 houseplants.
Oh, I did buy a beautiful peace lily.
Oh, wow.
It's so pretty.
I do need to add one of those to my collection. There are certain plants that you're going to want to have at least one, and the peace lily is one of them. They're absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's really pretty. When I bought it, look, and now I'm sweating. When I bought it, people were like, oh, that's so pretty.
Oh, yeah, they are beautiful.
Because I found a really big, full one.
Oh, okay. Where did you find it? Did you buy it from someone in the neighborhood, or did you go to Walmart?
No, of all places, I found it at HEB.
Oh, okay. Yes. Now HEB has a good selection of plants. We even purchased our citrus trees at HEB. So they have a very good collection of plants. And Walmart is where I got some of my succulents. I've noticed that Walmart is now specializing in succulents.
I couldn't believe I found it because I was at a big a big store, and they were so expensive. And my sister, she was like, I forgot. She told me I bought something at some grocery store, being HEB, and it was sitting right out in the front as you walk in, and I could not leave without it. It was really pretty.
It was meant to be. When you find things like that, you know it was meant to be, because it had your name on it. You saw it when you were walking in. I love it when that happens. So now I have all of the potting soil around the plant, and so I'm going to put some rocks. I'm going to add some rocks to the top.
I've just finished my second one, Mia.
Oh, okay. I'm still working on my first one.
Well, that's because you're educating us on what we need to do.
Yes, I'm talking. And also the thing with succulents, when you transplant them, you don't necessarily need to add a lot of water, because as you know, they have water in their leaves. Some people water their succulents once every 2 weeks. And so they are very easy to care for. Where most people usually go wrong with succulents is that they overwater them. So I'm done with this one. I probably won't water it for 2 or 3 days, just, you know, until it gets acclimated to this new environment. And then after that, I will water it every 2 weeks. And you can kind of gauge, you can look at them and look, one of the first things I do when I get up is I will go around and check my plants. And you can tell if they need water, because they will wilt a little bit. And then you can go ahead and water them, but usually it's every 2 weeks for succulents.
Oh, wow.
Do you overwater yours?
Yes, I've been watering mine a little bit.
Have you been watering them once a week?
Too much. And one time I watered the plants on the veranda, and they got too much water. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, we don't want that,
So
that will kill them.
Yeah, so now I'm putting all my succulents in one spot. And so I'm gonna have to water everything except for these.
Okay, good. That's a good way. Now the other plants, those might need to be watered just once a week. Just your traditional house plant, you can water those maybe once a week. But your succulents, it's going to be probably once every 2 weeks. And you, as I said before, you really have to pay attention to them, because if they begin to wilt, then right away, you know, okay, maybe I need to water this one a little bit more. Maybe it can't go 2 weeks without water. But in general, you're going to find they only need to be watered once every 2 weeks. And if they're outdoors, they can go probably longer than that if you have rain, or I know in Houston it's pretty humid. So
it's very humid. That's why I'm sweating right now. Yeah. When I first went outside, it was fine. Mm-hmm. I'm even standing underneath a ceiling fan, and all of a sudden wet. Yes.
So that's kind of like a greenhouse, you know, when you have that, when it's hot and it's steamy, so your plants are getting a little bit of moisture. So in that environment, you may not even have to water them every 2 weeks. So you just have to keep an eye on them to figure out a good system for your plants. And Margaret, don't feel bad. I actually have my fan right here. I bought a small fan that I can actually take it anywhere with me. So it's right here. It's blowing on my legs because I got hot earlier, and I said, I know I'm going to need my fan. So that's why I left earlier to go get my fan out of my office. But yeah, it's hot in Texas. Okay, so now I'm going to use a little bit of the organic succulent cactus soil mix. I already have potting soil in here. So now I'm going, and I have a few rocks at the bottom for drainage. So now I'm going to add some of this succulent mix. And it does have perlite in it. And I think it has a little bit of moss in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's very lightweight. as I said, it's almost too lightweight. It will probably blow away if you put it outside like this. There's a potential that it would just blow away because it's so light.
Are you coming outside? Sorry, I thought my dogs wanted to come out.
They're lonely. They want to spend some time with you. So, and another thing that you can do, and some people recommend it, some people don't. If your plants are on the inside, you can mist them just a little bit if they look like they need water. So you can have a little mister like this where you can mist them. But again, and this is more for house plants, you can actually mist them, but with succulents, they don't necessarily need to be misted. Something like this is going to be the best way to water them because you can get underneath the leaves.
Let me show you where I'm putting my succulents.
Okay.
Let me flip the camera. Can I flip it?
Sure.
Yeah. You see, Mia?
Yes. Let me put my glasses on. Oh, that's beautiful. Where did you get that? I like that. Did you purchase that online?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I just purchased
no.
yesterday.
I purchased it. Well, I didn't purchase it online. I was online, but do you know where I found it?
Where?
On OfferUp.
Oh, gotta love OfferUp. So did you get
Gotta
a
love
deal?
OfferUp. Because I was like, well, it's gonna go outside. I really don't want to spend that much, and I don't need anything really big because all I need now is like three more pots of succulents, and then this will be done.
That's beautiful. I love it.
And so,
and that's a conundrum. I have so many. I just had to recently order something to put mine on as well. So I love that. Margaret, I wish they had that in Waco. That's just an option. They don't have.
No, and I said, you know what? If I get something and feel like that's all the succulents that I'm gonna do, then I'm finished with succulents, and then I'll move on to something else.
Okay. So, I hope that works for you, Margaret. I think the reason that people become obsessed with them is because they're affordable, they're beautiful, and then also you can propagate them. This is something Margaret and I wanted to share with you. We just started propagating them. So when you're transferring them to another pot, sometimes you will have a leaf break off. Don't throw it away. You can actually propagate them, which if everything goes well, this will actually grow individual baby plants that can be repotted, and as they will become succulent plants just like these. So this is the latest project that Margaret and I are trying. We will have to maybe have a segment on this once we're successful.
How long have you been trying to propagate the leaves?
I just did that 2 days ago.
Okay, and I think it takes like at least like a month.
Well, I'm already seeing some roots. You can see the roots maybe in 2 or 3 days, but for the actual babies, it might take a month.
Yeah.
And of course, some of them may not be successful. Throw some of them out, but if I can get 2 or 3 out of that whole batch, I will be happy.
I'm trying to decide if I want to put the other succulents that I have into this pot in the corner, or wait to pot them with to go at the very bottom of my little
oh yeah, you have to. Well, you might want to buy some special ones. I found several big ones, and I showed you last week at
Mhm.
Walmart, and the larger ones were $9, and the smaller ones, which were still big, they were $5.
Yeah.
Some of them kind of look like a cabbage. You know, they had a lot of different types. Some of them had flowers. So I would try to get one, you know, a unique one. That's the game with succulents. And now I'm actually in a lot of succulent groups on Facebook. So what they like to talk about is unique. I found this unique one. I went to this yard sale and somebody was giving this away, or somebody sold this to me for $20, and I can't believe it. So that's kind of the game with succulents. It's like,
Right.
you can get the one that's the most unique. I just ordered one today that's called a donkey tail. And
Oh, those are nice. I've seen those.
yes, they look like hair hanging down. So I just ordered one of those today because that will be my next goal, is to try to get some unique ones. Now I have some pretty ones, but you know, I want to also get some unique ones, because that's the sign of a true collector, is that you have. So there's some that, you know, you're going to put on your list, like this is the one that I want, and then you're going to go everywhere to try to find it, you know, different places, and then, you know, that's kind of part of the game, is trying to find those unique succulents.
And Mia, you know, just a minute ago you were talking about the roots forming.
Yes.
This is I don't know what this is.
Mhm.
Whatever kind of succulent this is. I thought it was really cute
Uh-huh.
because it's almost little flowers on the side, but they're
Mhm.
succulents that come out.
Yes.
And one of them fell down, and I
Mhm.
didn't know it, and it's already rooting.
Yes. And in me repotting this, I just found one. And these are the ones that you will see. I see these on this. I just now spotted this. But eventually, the one after they root, then they will have a baby. Can you see
Look,
that baby? Does that one have a baby?
It doesn't have a baby, but it fell
Yeah.
down.
And it has roots.
Yeah.
So keep it, put it back in the dirt, and then eventually it will grow a baby. Can you see the baby on that one?
Of course not. I don't have my glasses on.
Okay, well, it actually
let me go get my glasses.
Okay, because this has roots and it has a little baby.
Okay, I'll be right back.
And that's what you actually plant, is the baby.
And Mia, remember also, I don't have my laptop. I'm using my cell phone. So that's why I'm having a hard time seeing too.
Oh, yes. So you have your glasses now?
I have my glasses now.
Okay, can you see the baby on that?
Oh, yes, I can.
Okay, and so this, I didn't notice this until I transplanted it, but this is what you would actually plant. That has a little flower, so you plant this, and then this leaf is going to actually die. But this has roots, and as a rule of thumb, you want the roots to be, you know, an inch or so long, and so that it will have a chance to survive. You don't want the roots to be too short, because on some of the ones that I'm propagating, they have little light roots, but I can't do anything with those yet, because you know, they have to actually grow another plant, and then that's what you actually plant, is that other plant. And I didn't know that at first, but just in doing research, you know, I look at other people's, and you can actually buy kits. They will send you a kit that looks kind of like this, and it will have like maybe 9 leaves of various succulents. And then you try to see if you have any that actually grow into babies that you can plant.
Let me show you what this is what I repotted this morning.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not sure what class it's in. I don't know if it's in kind of the succulent class of plants because seems to hold a lot of water.
Let me see.
I don't know what it's called.
Kind of looks like a banana plant, but it's smaller. It's pretty. Where did you get that? I like that.
From my person I told you I found who sells plants at her home.
Okay, I can actually, let me try to scan it. Have you seen that app that you can get? And my dad actually told me about this app because I don't know if you remember, my dad used to have a nursery. And so he's still into plants, and they have a beautiful yard. But wherever we go, like when we went to Oklahoma a week ago, if he sees something that he likes, he'll try to find out what it is, and then he'll go back and put it in their yard. But the app is called Picture This.
Marley.
Okay, and what you do is with the plant, you just take a picture of it and it'll tell you. So that is, does this look like the plant? Can you see it? Okay. Because you have to make sure that it's the actual plant.
Marley.
Okay, I'm gonna retake it because it said, hold it up, Margaret. Okay, it is called a basket plant. Some other names for it are chain plant, inch plant, octopus plant.
Oh, I guess because of these.
Yeah, because of that's why. And its genesis is Calicia, also called roselings. And this is a picture of it, Margaret. So that is the plant.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about it. And then it asks, is this plant poisonous? Nope, it's not toxic, but it can cause dermatitis in both humans and their pets. So you have to be careful. Don't put it on your skin. It is a perennial. It blooms in both the winter and spring. It's in the dayflower family. So in a conditions requirement, it needs full to partial partial shade, and it is very hardy. The average water is water regularly, but do not let the water accumulate, which is the same for most. That's the way most plants are. And
well, I just thought it was different. And I was like,
oh, it's beautiful. I like it.
And so it outgrew the pot that it was in. And so because it has a little baby that's growing also, so put it in a bigger pot.
Yes.
This was in this pot this morning.
I love it. I love that. The babies, you can put in another pot, and then that will help it grow faster. They'll grow bigger, they'll grow, larger, and they'll grow a lot faster if you repot them. But I love that one. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is one that I just finished up on camera. I'm going to show you guys how it looks. This is the final product. I like it. It has 5 different types of succulents in it. So after you transfer the plants, you're still not quite done. You have to do a little bit of cleanup because you don't want the dirt to accumulate on the leaves. So you can actually use this, which is like a bulb syringe that we use to clean our babies' noses. But you use this to blow off the excess dirt on the plants. because you don't want that to stifle the growth of the plant. So right now I'm just blowing off the excess dirt just to clean up.
Wow, Mia, you have really gotten into succulents.
Yes, I love it. It's just a wonderful hobby. It's affordable. You can, as I said, you can find affordable succulents. You can also purchase cuttings. So that's one thing that I did on Facebook Marketplace. I've ordered some succulent cuttings. I'm gonna get like 5 cuttings. They won't be in a pot. They'll be in a baggie. They'll have the roots, and then when I get them, I will plant them. So I'll let you know how that goes. I got 5 cuttings for like maybe $5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can't beat that. So it's affordable, and it's a challenge. It's challenging because, as I said, you look for certain succulents, you test certain things to see what's going to be more successful. So it's a lot of fun. I see why it has taken off. It's all the rage right now. Succulents. People love succulents. You'll have to join some of the groups that they have on Facebook.
Well, I'm not on Facebook that much, but I did join one succulent group.
Okay.
There's a Succulents 101 for beginners.
Mm-hmm.
So I did join that one.
Good, because you'll get a lot of good tips. And that's where I've learned everything, is just from those groups. People will post a picture, help, what's going on? And I was like, oh, I've had that problem too. So you kind of learn just from the responses that they give other people. So, and then also this brush, this is useful. This is like a makeup brush. You can use this to brush off the stones, brush off any leaves that still have dirt. And then that's it. Voila, this is the finished product. So we'll have to get a picture of our finished products at the end. And this
I did have another pot that I was going to paint. And I just said, oh, forget about it. I don't need to paint it. So I forgot about it.
Oh, are you going to paint it right now? Are you painting it?
Getting to pot another plant, and then I'll just be finished.
Okay, I'm going to repot another plant as well. I'm going to sit this one to the side. Oh, one other thing that I left out that I use in my arsenal of trying to get rid of the fungus gnats. These are some sticky things that I purchased online, where it's sticky in the front, sticky in the back, and you put it on a little stick and you put it in the plant. And the gnats actually attach to this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so it's actually a wonderful tool, and I'm getting ready to show you guys. While you're working on that, Margaret, I'll show them some of my other plants. So this is where right now, can you guys see that?
Yes.
I have plants in my windowsill. And this is one of the stickies that I was showing you guys. You just put it on a stick and the recording stopped.
It just said recording in progress.
Okay. So these are the ones that Margaret and I painted on camera. I don't know if you guys can see that or if there's backlighting. So those are my guys there. I have some more on this side. Those are my other guys. And these are the ones. This is the one that this was the first garden that I made that I was telling you guys about. It's a succulent garden. And these are just some of my other plants that I have. I don't know if you guys can see them. I'm really excited about these. For the longest, I've been trying to grow some avocado seeds. Then now I actually have 3 that are doing well. Can you see those, Margaret?
Yes, I can.
So maybe in 5 years or so, we'll have avocados. And this is my plant, my blueberry plant. I actually have a few blueberries on it right now. It's doing very good. This is one of my plant families. It started as one. Now I have 3 from that one. And then this is the one that I'm really excited about. These are called ZZ plants. Can you see them?
CC plants?
No, ZZ plants.
Uh-huh.
You have to look them up. They're actually, kind of hard to find. They're very popular. And I don't know if you've ever bought roses and they put a stem of some dark leaves in with the roses. I think this is what they use. And they last forever, even in the roses. But it's an easy plant to grow and they are beautiful. This is one that they tell you could just put like 5 ice cubes in it. But of course, the literature tells you not to do that. But you just need to water it like maybe once a week, a half a cup of water. So those are just a few of my babies, my indoor babies. I'll show you my outdoor babies another time.
Look, another time when we're really gardening.
Yes, we need to wrap this puppy up. I think maybe our time is almost up. I don't know why they're telling us why it stopped recording.
Well, it shows it's recording now. So
Okay, I'm gonna go get the saucer for this one.
Well, let's see. I have repotted 1 plant today and I potted 5 succulents today. And I really like the way all of them turned out.
Beautiful, I love those. Will those be indoor or outdoor plants?
All of these are gonna stay on the veranda on the little stand.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna all stay on the stand.
Well, those
are. Did you say you wanted to get a picture of the ones that we did today? So I need to go back and get them off the stand.
Yeah, we can get a picture. That would be great.
Look, I'm still gonna have enough of the dirt for my succulents for the other 2 that I still need to.
Oh, that's good. You don't have to waste it.
So Mia, you don't think I'm gonna stop?
No, I can guarantee you're not going to stop.
The only thing I really think I really need to do now is to make find a nice large or wide planter that I want to do more of a succulent garden.
Yes.
I need to,
maybe that will
after that, I'm done.
Okay.
And I think I'll put that on the table on the veranda. That could be like the centerpiece.
Yes. And those are fun. I like making the garden. Actually, one of our classmates suggested that. Melody Barlow. She saw some of our succulent pots. And then she posted a picture of a garden that she made. And I said, oh, that's nice. I think I'm going to try that. And so that was my first, kind of my introduction to succulent gardens. And they are fun, and they're beautiful once they grow and mix, and you have several different plants in there. So I'm excited about the succulent garden. I have a couple of them outside as well that I've worked on. Okay. Are you ready? Are you lining yours up?
Yep, they're all lined up. I only have 5.
Okay, that's enough for our picture. I'm almost done. I'm getting all the excess
That's
dirt off the
fine.
table. Okay, so I completed 3 today. 1 in the pot that we painted, 1 in this new planter that I just bought. That these are really popular now, so I wanted to get one. And then a succulent garden. So that gives people a general idea of the different things that you can do with succulents. So I think
These came out really nice.
yeah, yours too. Next.
Now, are you going to put succulent in your other pot that you painted?
Yes, I am. And I actually took one out of this so that I could demonstrate this to you all today. This one was in the pot, but I am getting some new ones. I'm getting the little cuttings, and so I will be able to put one of those in this pot. So I'll save that for one of the new cuttings.
Okay.
So can you see my 3 projects?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I can see yours.
And I'm
Nice. And now we can pose, and I think we're done.
yeah.
We want to encourage you guys to like, share, and follow us. No, what are the 3 things, Margaret?
Yeah.
Share,
Like, subscribe, and share.
yeah, like, subscribe, and share. And we hope you enjoyed this segment. We hope you learned a lot. And I hope you guys enjoy succulents as much as we do. And have a great day. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Now, how are you going to take a picture?
I'm gonna